I love that having this YouTube channel has put me in conversations and proximity with so many people, especially those over the age of 40 who are living that life of wisdom, who are either thinking about or are in the stages of launching their own YouTube channel. But it strikes me how many people are in that category who are launching the channel without really giving a clear idea or maybe even giving any thought to the most important question that we have to ask ourselves when we're in that part of the process. Settling this question first, I think, can really help to relieve a lot of stress, and it gives you a better shot at achieving whatever it is that you're setting as success for this venture. So what's that question? Am I doing this just for fun and to have a creative outlet? Or am I doing this with my primary goal to be able to earn money from this YouTube channel? And trust me, there's no right answer for that question for everyone. One path gives you total creative freedom. The other path gives you the hope of creating a pretty helpful income stream. But which one is right for you? In this video, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of both and maybe help you get settled in your mind about what you want to do even before you start hitting record and publish. But is there a way you can find a middle ground? There might be, and we'll talk a little bit about that too. Hey, I'm Diane. I'm in my mid-50s, and I have created this channel to help my fellow folks who are over the age of 40 to have more impact and have the option to have additional income streams as we're looking and heading into those retirement years. And I know that I have found for myself, and I know from talking to a lot of other people, that having a YouTube channel is a great way to accomplish both of those things. Okay, so here's that big question again. Do you want to have a YouTube channel just as a creative outlet, as a way to drop some of those knowledge gems that you've accumulated over the years, and honestly just to have some fun? Or do you really want to have a channel that is primarily one that you're going to grow an audience for and then correspondingly grow an income stream while you do that? Let's start out by talking about the case for having a YouTube channel that's pretty much that creative outlet and frankly gives you the ability to make videos about pretty much whatever you want. So I think the big obvious reason to go this route is creative freedom. You don't have to be worried about your view counts. You don't have to be worried about whether your niche is actually earning a decent amount of money per 1,000 views. You have total freedom to just post about what you love, post about what you're thinking about, post about what you've been researching and learning, and not really care whether it's landing on a whole big amount of people. Want to make some videos about your cat's latest weird obsession? Hey, have at it. Want to post a vlog about the most recent weekend trip that you took and some of the things that you love doing? Sure, great. Just want to sit and tell some stories of some things that you've done in your past and some things that you think could be helpful for others to have? You have every opportunity to do so. So with this model, really, there's no pressure to perform. When money's not the goal, you don't have to worry about algorithms. You don't have to worry about a thumbnail that's really catching attention. You don't have to worry about whether your editing is perfect unless that's what's interesting you in this creative approach with it. It kind of helps it to stay fun rather than making it feel like it's turning into a job, and you can post whatever you want without a whole lot of cares about what's happening on the other end once you've hit publish. Another thing is, honestly, I think the authenticity that you're bringing into this with it, I don't really care if I'm making money approach, could become a little bit more real. And when you're authentic in what you're talking about, I think we have the opportunity to attract those like-minded people who are going to find us. YouTube still has that magical way, whether you're really working to have the algorithm work in your favor or not, that eventually your stuff is going to get in front of some people that are going to hopefully relate to it in some meaningful way. Now, it may not be the biggest of numbers unless you're really trying to work and get to that way, but if you're happy with sharing things and just authentically sharing your heart and the people who relate to it, great, and it's a small number, then you have all kinds of freedom to do whatever you want, and I think that realness has a better chance of shining through. I guess the bottom line of that is that if money really isn't your goal, you can just feel free to live in the appreciation of the fact that you can share things that hopefully another person benefits from, and that is just really the value that you're getting from it. And if so, that's great. And one final benefit from that, I think, is it just stays less stressful, and I think you're going to be more likely to stick with it. If you can really keep your expectations in check and just say, I'm doing this to have fun, I'm doing this to talk about what I want to talk about, and if the views aren't necessarily coming in and climbing and you're okay with that, then enjoy it, have fun with it, stick with it. You could probably keep doing this for years and just enjoy what you're learning from it and what you're getting from it. And if the other numbers are still not mattering to you, perfect. It's a great hobby. Okay, but let's be honest. There could be an opportunity that if you start out that way, that you think, I have put in a lot of time. Maybe I've had to spend money on some equipment that I've needed for this. And I don't know, I'm doing all this and I'm not making any money. Is it really worth it? You might change your mind as you go and just realize that that's a question you might get to. So then let's shift into our second aspect of the most important question. Should I be focusing on my YouTube channel as an income generator? Making money on YouTube. Yes, it is possible. And for some people, it's a life-changing opportunity. So the most popular way that people tend to think of when they're thinking about generating income from a YouTube channel is through the YouTube Partner Program. So in short, the requirements for that are that you have 1,000 subscribers on your channel and that you've accumulated 4,000 watch hours on your videos in the last 365 days. So once you meet both of those thresholds, you can apply to become part of the YouTube Partner Program, and then you will be paid based on the amount of views that your videos get that are on your channel. However, that's not the only way that you can earn income with a YouTube channel. There's lots of opportunities that business sponsorships, you might be booked for some speaking gigs or be part of podcasts where they might pay their guests. You can offer coaching services if you're teaching something specific with your YouTube channel. And one that you can honestly start from day one is affiliate marketing. And I have a video here that I've recently posted that gives you all the details on that. Then there's the aspect that wanting to earn income from a channel, I think naturally helps us to press into better skills and better presentation, because if we want to grow and improve the opportunity we have to earn money from the videos, I think we're naturally inclined to want to improve what we're doing. And that might include getting better at writing titles, increasing our editing skills a little bit, making sure that our thumbnails are really attention-getting and so forth. Just the natural ways that we learn and grow as we go on YouTube, and having that impetus of being able to earn from getting better, I think is something that just naturally pushes us forward. Focusing your YouTube channel on earning income arguably has a bigger potential to open more doors of opportunity for you. If you are able to present well and speak credibly and be someone that somebody can really believe what you're saying, and you're proving that to be the case on your channel, you never have any idea who's on the other side of this watching and thinking that you might be a great person that they might be able to tap into for speaking gigs, for brand partnerships, for the potential that you could write a book and market that along with your channel too. Don't get so focused on the idea that just you're generating income based on views. Think of the potential that the channel could open for you in many other ways too. That a growth-focused channel that I think that you're naturally improving in and growing and going with just might open doors of opportunity you haven't given any thought to yet. I'm hoping that's the case for me. So yeah, there's always potential there. But again, I'll swing it back around that we have to be reality-based, that making money from a YouTube channel can be a very long game. Monetization, especially through the YouTube Partner Program, can take a long time. A lot of YouTubers don't start to make money from that for months or perhaps even years before they even meet the threshold to start. And then, it's a long grind to be able to make the money based on per 1,000 views from that. So I don't want to give you the pie in the sky idea that, it's a really easy thing to do, but anything that's worth it in life does take effort. And I would really put YouTube in that same category. It also means that building a YouTube channel that is focused primarily on income growth means that the most important factor about your channel is going to be your audience. It takes away that I wake up in the morning and I think about what do I want to make my video about, and I'll do whatever with my channel, because you have to give the audience the idea that your channel is worth their time and that your information is credible and that you are somebody that they can look to that is presenting stuff on things that they're naturally interested in. So if growth and income is your goal, your audience has to be your foremost concern, and kind of you had to put a little bit of your creative outlet to the side. So I hope this has generated some thoughts of the pros and cons of both approaches. Do I want a channel that is primarily for creative growth and for me able to share whatever I want to talk about? Or do I want to have one that I am really kind of focused on the path of what it takes to grow an income with a YouTube channel? There is no right answer for everyone, but I hope this has kind of stirred up your thinking on the topic. But With that being said, I don't think you're locked into one or the other. There are some ways that even as you're starting out, I think maybe you can take a path that brings some of the best of both worlds into it. So how much you do that? I say one of the biggest things to think about is to pick a niche and pick topics that you're generally passionate in talking about. No matter your approach, if you're picking something that's just like you have a marginal interest, or you picked it because you thought it might be a good topic just for generating income, but you really don't care about it, think about what your future is in creating videos. You have to talk about it a lot. You have to think of different aspects of that topic that you're going to bring out and teach and talk about. And if it's something that, if you think, maybe like 10 videos from now, I don't think I'm going to have anything to say, or honestly, I don't even know that I'm going to care very much about it, then maybe veer away from that topic. No matter your approach, having a niche and topics that you're passionate in talking about is always going to make it easier to keep that channel going and growing. Next, just be smart about your growth. So even if you've just decided, I'm just going to create a channel and just have fun with it, don't ignore some things that might help you. Think through some titles that might be naturally more attention getting. Learn some basic editing stuff. It's going to help you in the long run no matter what. Think about attractive thumbnails and the stuff that will just naturally help YouTube want to feel like it wants to push your videos a little bit more. Even if you're doing it completely for enjoyment, take advantage of a few possibilities that might help you to grow. And if you've started a channel and you're working on it and it feels like, okay, well, maybe there are some things that are taking off here, you can always decide to monetize and pursue that when it starts to feel right as you've moved through that part of your journey and you're thinking, okay, well, maybe this is something that I start thinking about. If it's too much at the beginning to have that in the mind of that's what I'm going for, and you just want to have that opportunity for enjoyment and an outlet, then do it. But you never know what time and investment might actually bring you as you keep on going and keep consistent with it. So I just be open to the opportunities as they start to develop. Things will change over time with your channel. So with all this in mind, I hope that helps you to get settled in at least where you want to start, or where you think you might want to grow and proceed into as you continue on this YouTube journey. I hope it's an enjoyable process for you nonetheless. I've learned all kinds of stuff with having this channel that I never really thought were going to be part of it when I got started, but as I pushed through and have created and continued on this path, there's just been things that have opened up that I just really didn't even know were part of the deal, and they've been mostly really great things, and I hope those opportunities start to present themselves for you too. So there's the overview, and I really hope that as you think through that question, it helps to just kind of lessen the frustration levels of where you might be at. If you started with one goal in mind, but you're kind of feeling like you're drifting over here, then, just adapt as you go. But if you start and you don't really put a lot of attention on what you need to do to actually make it being an income generating channel, and you're not really proceeding down that path, then you probably have to make some changes. You have to keep the audience foremost. You have to not just talk about whatever comes to mind. You have to be a lot more strategic with things. So whichever your goal is, pick the path and go down there and see what it turns into, but allow your expectations to kind of line up with what you've set from the beginning. I think that can really be just a helpful starting point for you. I'd love to know how you're answering this question. I'd love to know your approach. Everybody has different goals and priorities of what they want to get to, and I'd love if you'd leave me a comment and tell me about how you thought through that process for yourself. If you are looking at generating more views on your YouTube videos, I do have a recent video that I think it can provide some helpful information for you, and I know some people have been getting some good results as they're putting it into practice. Take a look. Hey, I'm rooting for your success. Thanks for watching, and I'd love if you'd subscribe. See you in the next video.